Hey, so you heard that I got married, right? So don't you think it's time for you to, No, Lisa, I don't know. Are you really gonna make me say it? It's time for you to pack up your things. That doesn't really help me at all. What is this about, Lisa? Oh, and before we continue, yes, I did hear about you getting married. Congratulations. I understand you decided to wait until you saved up a bit of money to do the wedding. Is that right? Clara, please, there are precious few people I want to talk about my wedding with, and you are not one of them. Let's stay on topic, shall we? Today's topic is you getting out of my parents' house. I decided that me and my husband are going to live there from now on. That's a really odd thing to be deciding for yourself. I mean, Alex and I have been living here for quite some time now. It's just as much our house as your parents' house. Speaking of whom, have you even talked to them about this? Why should I even bother? Like, seriously, is there any reason for you to think they wouldn't be totally thrilled at the idea of me moving in with them? I mean, I'm their daughter. You're just their daughter-in-law, as in not their real daughter. If I called and told them I wanted to move in, they would be kicking you out onto the curb before I finished my sentence. So it's final. You're moving out and I'm moving in. End of discussion. Final? We haven't even begun to discuss this, though. You're really going to stand there and tell me and Alex that we have to move out of the house we've been living in for years? What are you going to do about the loan payment? I'm the one who's covering it for them right now. Your mom and dad aren't putting anything towards the loan. Didn't you know that? So if you're thinking about moving back in with your parents so you can save money on rent, I can assure you it's not gonna happen. You should really rethink this. I'm not concerned about the stupid mortgage. My husband will take care of that, no problem. I mean, how much could it possibly be? The only thing I'm concerned about is you getting out of my parents' awesome house as soon as possible. You don't deserve to live in a house like that. I don't think it's a matter of deserving it. Also, you really don't know how much the monthly mortgage payment for this house is? You're talking like you assume it's not very much, but I am telling you it's a lot more than you think. Are you sure your husband makes enough to cover it? That is none of your business. Really, how dare you even ask me about my husband's income? That is manners 101, Clara. Anyway, I've already talked to my brother about this, and he's on the same page, so get out. Wait a second. You're saying you've talked to Alex about this? And he's agreeing with you? This is the first time I've heard of this. But if that's true, then we'll need to start looking for a new place right away. We? What do you mean, we? Alex isn't going anywhere. You're the one who's leaving. Well, that's one more thing that I'll have to talk to Alex about. I think I'll go ahead and have that conversation right now. I doubt I'd get anywhere by talking to you anyway. Alex, we need to talk. I just had an interesting conversation with your sister, Lisa. She's telling me that I have to move out of the house while you are going to stay. She also says that you're in full agreement with her on this little arrangement. Would you mind telling me just what in the world is going on here?
I don't get what you need me to explain. Sounds like my sister's already told you everything. Good, that saves me a bunch of trouble and time talking to you.
Should I take this to mean that we're getting divorced? You're finally going to let me go?
Hey, don't act like I was the one dragging my feet or anything. I've been wanting to divorce you this whole time. It's just that with you gone, who's gonna pay the mortgage? It sure as hell isn't gonna be me. Lisa says her husband can take care of it though, so that means there's no reason for me to keep up this charade any longer. If I get to be rid of you and don't have to pay for the mortgage, then I want to get divorced as soon as possible. I even get to stay in the same room I've been living in. The only thing that'll change is I won't have to deal with seeing your ugly face every day.
Uh-huh. Well, you're nothing if not predictable. That's the exact thought I had when Lisa told me she was kicking me out. But come on, Alex, you can't possibly think this is going to go well for you. Stabbing me in the back like this and kicking me out of the house, you're going to regret this. And not just you, Lisa, her husband, your parents, your entire family is going to regret this.
Regret what? Seriously, what will there be to regret when you're gone? I can't think of a single reason. For me, everything will stay the same, except now I'll be free from you. God, you have no idea how obnoxious you are. Every single day it's nothing but nag from you. I started getting migraines just by looking at you. Not having to live with you is gonna add at least an extra 15 years to my life.
All right then, I suppose that settles that. We're getting divorced. Agreed? Can I start talking to my lawyer about that?
Sure, whatever. Knock yourself out. Literally, if possible.
Okay, well, don't come crying to me when the regret inevitably starts to set in. It doesn't take a crystal ball to see that you and your entire family are about to go down in flames. Are you moved out yet? Just so you know, we're planning on moving in tomorrow. Your stuff is all taken care of, right? I don't want to have to deal with moving any of your junk out of the way while we're carrying all our stuff inside. Not to worry, Lisa. I'll be completely moved out of the house by this evening. But, wow, you don't waste time, do you? I didn't expect you would be moving in this soon after kicking me out. Are you joking? You should be lucky I gave you a few days to get ready at all. I didn't want to have to wait one more second to live in that sweet house. I mean, I'm never going to get another opportunity to live in a literal mansion for this cheap in my life. Right now, the only thing standing between me and living the dream is you. But you're not going to get in my way anymore after tonight. Okay, Lisa, if you're under the impression that you'll be living here for cheap, then there is no way you actually know how much the mortgage is. Did you even ask? There is no way Alex is going to put a dime towards it. You know that, right? Are you really okay with that? Would you just get over yourself? I already told you we'll pay the mortgage with no issues at all. All you're doing is trying to scare us into not moving in so you can stay. I'm not an idiot, Clara. That's not going to work. Honestly, I don't have a problem with letting you guys pay the mortgage for me. All I'm doing is making sure you know what you're getting yourself into. I don't think you fully understand the situation. Would you give it up already? I know, you want to stay living in my parents' mansion. I get it. But really, Clara, you're not even a real member of this family. You don't have any right to live in that house. Stop worrying about a pathetic little $50 mortgage payment and leave already. $50? The mortgage is $5,000 a month. What? Oh, you're such a liar. There's no way it's that much. You think I'm an idiot? The average mortgage payment in that area is around $500. I looked it up online, and we're only going to pay a tenth of that. What a stupid lie to tell. Do you know what an average is? For real, you think you can live anywhere for $50 a month? You are out of your mind. You're out of your mind if you think I'm going to believe you over my brother. Wait, you mean Alex is the one who told you the mortgage was $50 a month? And worse than that, you actually believed him? Can we be done with this conversation already? I'm getting sick of listening to your desperate lies. You need to face facts, Clara. Alex is through with you. He is never going to take you back, no matter how much you beg or plead or cry. Seriously, why can't you get that through your thick skull? What the? You think I'm trying to save my relationship with Alex? He told me everything. You are so pathetic. You were so desperate to keep him from throwing you away, and your master plan to stay with him was to offer to pay the mortgage? You thought he was going to deal with your constant nagging for a lousy $50 a month? He only stayed married to you this long because he felt bad for you. But unfortunately for you, he has a little sister who is willing to stand up for him. Do you get it now? Nothing you say or do is going to save your skin. You are never going to set foot in that mansion ever again. And we are going to take your place for the low, low price of $50 a month. This is going to be great. I can't believe Alex would tell you such an obvious and stupid lie. That's a new low even for him. But hey, it's no skin off my nose. If you're going to go out of your way to insult me, then I have nothing more to say to you. Enjoy living in that house while you can. I think you'll be in for a rude awakening rather soon. Seriously, give it up. Your pathetic little scare tactics are not going to work on me. Just shut up and get out of my house. Got it? As you wish. Goodbye, Lisa. Oh, and just so we're clear, do not come crying to me for help in a few weeks when the mortgage payment comes due. I won't lift a single finger to save you from the mess you've made for yourself. Hey, answer your phone. Why do you keep ignoring my calls? I am calling you for a reason, an important one. That may be so, but I don't have anything to say to you. More importantly, I don't really feel like hearing your voice ever again. If you have something to tell me, say it by text. I divorced your brother and moved out of the house already. What more could you want from me? This isn't about your divorce. We are way past that. This is a complete disaster. What sort of disaster? If there's a fire, call the fire department. If someone's sick, call an ambulance. Why are you texting me? I thought the mortgage was only $50 a month, but now I find out it's actually $5,000? That's insane! There's no way I can pay this. Oh, you mean it's exactly what I told you it was a few weeks ago? Is that all you wanted to tell me? I already know how much the mortgage is. I'm the one that was paying it up until last month. And I'm pretty sure I remember you saying that you'd be able to pay it with no issues. But I thought you were just trying to scare me out of moving in. I mean, a $5,000 mortgage payment, no one could pay that much. It's a little bit late to be having this conversation, I'd say. I was telling you the truth, but you believed my lying ex-husband instead. My mom and dad aren't being helpful at all either. They're just making fun of me. Mom told me I was an idiot for thinking a house this size would have a mortgage payment of just $50. Can you believe that? My own mom is calling me names. She's right, though. Only an absolute moron would think that you could get any house, much less that one, for $50 a month. What did you think was going to happen when you talked to me about this? I already know the mortgage amount, and I already know you're a moron. Stop mocking me. I mean, $5,000 a month. That's not a loan. That's like extortion. That's way too much for a monthly payment. What is going on? Why is it so much? After we moved in with them, your parents took out a second mortgage on their home. I guess they invested the money in a brand new business idea your dad had. The business failed, though, leaving them out of all that money. So it fell on Alex and I to pay it for them. However, Alex's employment situation changed at the worst possible timing. By which I mean he lost his employment, he got fired. His industry is a pretty niche one, so he hasn't been able to find new work since then. All he does these days is a part-time job. Which means that since neither your parents nor your brother were making any money, it fell on me to pay the whole amount by myself. Wait, you mean Alex is unemployed? I don't believe this. He never told me that. In fairness, he does have a part-time job, so he's only underemployed, not unemployed. But more importantly, he's certainly not making enough money to be able to pay $5,000 a month. I don't understand. How were you able to pay that much? How do you even make money? All I ever heard about you from Alex is that you were at home most of the time. How do you make enough money to pay $5,000 a month toward a mortgage while holed up in your room all day? I'm a currency trader, so all I need to make money is a computer and an internet connection. I'm pretty good at what I do, so I'm making more than enough to shell out that kind of money every month. Although my income has declined a bit recently, ever since I found out Alex was cheating on me and started thinking about divorcing him, the stress has had an impact on my performance. He was cheating on you? Wow, Alex really didn't tell you anything at all, huh? It seems like you're yet another victim of Alex's lies. I've told you the truth, though, so I've done all I can for you. So, it's for real then? We're on the hook for paying $5,000 a month for this house? No way, that is completely ridiculous. My husband only agreed to move in with my parents because we thought it was going to be $50 a month. I never even heard of a $5,000 mortgage payment before. Well, I guess you learned something new today. In any case, I'm sure the bank has contacted you about the payment already, right? That should be more than enough to prove that I was telling the truth and Alex was lying. Then, what am I going to do now? Why are you asking me? I'm not your sister-in-law anymore. Okay, well, then there's only one thing for us to do. You need to come back. Excuse me? If we can just get you and Alex to kiss and make up, then all of our problems will be solved. I'll bet that's what Alex wants too. Sure, maybe he had some indiscretions here and there, but don't we all? Nobody's perfect, right? And what about you? I bet you're super lonely living all by yourself in some dumpy apartment. Wouldn't you rather live together with all of us in this big, beautiful, fancy house? Come on, Clara, let's be a family once again. Are you out of your mind? I've already moved into my new house. It's actually bigger than your parents' house. And I will never be your family again. It's even bigger, but you can't do that. Yes, I can. What's the problem? Why do you get to live in a better house than us and all by yourself? What are we gonna do? How are we gonna pay the mortgage? I don't know and I don't care. This is a problem for you and your family. I no longer have any ties to any of you. We're practically perfect strangers now. Do you really not get that? But you're the one who's been keeping my family out of bankruptcy up until now, right? What are we gonna do without you? And now you tell me you've already moved into an even bigger house all by yourself? That's not fair. Yeah, once I got rid of my pointless $5,000 per month expenditure, it was easy to find a nice place for myself. Sure, this house is a bit too big for one person, but I can always hire a maid to clean it for me if I want. And besides, don't you have bigger issues to worry about than my living situation? Like, for example, your living situation? And you'd better come up with a solution fast, because I doubt the bank will wait for long. Good luck. Good luck? Is that all you have to say to us? You have to do something about this, Clara. You might have divorced my brother now, but up until that, we were family, right? Yeah, I was your family, right up until the point Alex cheated on me and you kicked me out of the house. I told you that you would regret that, and it looks like I was right again. So, goodbye, Lisa. I hope you and the family can come together to work through this very difficult situation.
Hey, Clara, can we talk? I got this massive stack of papers in the mail today. It says they're from your lawyer? You're suing me? Come on, Clara, really? You have to know that there's no way I could pay you this much. And then there's the issue of the mortgage. Lisa and her husband are kind of mad at me for fudging the numbers on how much the mortgage payment is.
Fudging the numbers? Alex, for real? That might be an even more egregious lie than when you said you were going to a job interview when you were going to see your mistress. I knew you didn't have 3 job interviews a week since I'm not a moron, so I knew you were lying. Your sister, however, is such a colossal moron that I don't understand how she's even able to drive a car.
Don't insult my family like that. Please, Clara, can't we make things work out somehow? You don't really want to sue me, do you? Let's get back together again. We had a good thing going between us. If we just get back together, then everything's going to be all right again.
I am honestly impressed, Alex. That might just be the single most audacious thing I have ever heard. You took advantage of my kind and forgiving nature, fooled around with another woman behind my back, emptied our savings account and spent all our money on her, embezzled your company's money and got fired, stuck me with paying a $5,000 per month mortgage, and for the cherry on top, you kicked me out of your house. And after all of that, you think you have the right to beg me to come back to you? I guess stupidity runs in your family. I mean, your dad took out a second mortgage on his house when interest rates were at their highest in decades, just to finance one of the worst business ideas I've ever heard of. So, yeah, it must be genetic. I can't believe I didn't see this in you before I married you. But thank God we're divorced now.
Clara, you're angry at me. I understand that, but we've had plenty of fights up until now, haven't we? And in the end, we always made up and stuck together. We make a great team. You know that deep down you're still in love with me and want to find a way to make this marriage work.
My God in heaven, would you wake up already? We never made up. You just told me that I shouldn't get mad about you cheating on me since you only slept with women uglier than me. That doesn't make it better. It just makes you sound like an even bigger creep. That's not the sort of thing we can make up after, Alex. And by the way, how can we make this marriage work when we aren't even married anymore? We are divorced, all because you cheated on me. Oh, and by the way, I had you checked out. I believed you when you said that you were working part-time while looking for a career in your field. But you were lying about that, too. You're not working at all. All the times you said you were going to work, you were just going to see your mistress. Even after you said you had cut things off with her. Not that it matters anymore. So, yeah, I talked to my lawyer and he said that I have the right to sue you to recover the money you spent on your mistress. If you don't want to add criminal charges to your resume, then I suggest you do exactly as my lawyer told you to.
Don't do this to me, Clara. I already have enough problems on my hands. I don't need this on top of everything else. I'll break things off with her, okay? Would that make you feel better?
Is that a serious question? You think that's going to make a difference now?
I'm sorry, Clara. I just never understood how much you really meant to me until now. I realize what a jerk I've been, and I want to make things right with you. Let's get back together, babe, please. I am in big trouble right now, and you're the only one who can help me. My parents and sister are really mad about me lying about the mortgage, and Lisa's husband is super mad. He says he has half a mind to divorce Lisa right here and now. At this rate, my entire family is going to fall apart. So please, can't you just let go of your pride for 1 second? Come home, Clara. I need you. We all need you.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I, however, have no need for a worthless parasite like you in my life. We are never getting back together. If you really see what a jerk you've been, then you know what you need to do. Take responsibility for what you did to your parents, your sister, and to me. Get a job, for real this time, and pay what you owe. Talk with your family and figure something out between yourselves. Keep me out of it.
Don't just abandon me like this, Clara. I know I was taking advantage of you. I thought you'd forgive me no matter what I did. I was wrong.
Yeah, you were, but it's way too late for you to have this epiphany.
I can't live without you. My family is in danger and you're the only one who can save it. Please come back to me.
No! I'm not getting back together with you, and I am not going to save your family from your well-deserved fates. Quite the contrary, I'm going to relish every second of your downfall. Goodbye, you worthless leech. Enjoy bankruptcy. Hey, Clara, how have you been lately? Hopefully better than us. We decided we're gonna have to sell the house. Oh, and my husband left me. Can you believe that? We've only been married for a month. Alex has a steady job now, but most of his money is getting eaten up by the monthly payments he has to make to you. So, yeah, none of us are able to make the payments on the mortgage. Yeah, that's exactly what I expected was going to happen. But you're all getting exactly what you deserve. You should have been prepared for the consequences when you used me as an insurance policy. I suggest you choose a house that's more within your means next time. I wish you all the best of luck. Wait, Clara! Don't you feel sorry for me at all? Do I feel sorry for you? Is that a serious question? Well, yeah. I lost my husband because of you. And I know you have more than enough money to help me out, so what do you say, Clara? I'd say the very least you owe me is a couple $1,000. If it weren't for you, I would still be married right now. Oh, Lisa. The longer you spend blaming me for your problems, the less time you'll actually have to solve them. I just hope you realize that before it's too late. I'm sorry, but there is absolutely nothing that I am willing or able to do to help you. I hope you take this new opportunity and learn a few important lessons, though. It wasn't for very long, but we were sisters once. Wait, you really thought of me as your sister? I had no idea. I'm sorry for not noticing sooner. I guess I have been something of a selfish jerk to you, haven't I? You can say that again. However, it's a positive sign that you can admit that. Like I said, use this as an opportunity to turn your life around. There's nothing I can do for you, but you're still young. You have all the time in the world to start over again. Goodbye, Lisa. I'll be praying that your life changes for the better. I have expected to keep hearing from Lisa, Alex, or their parents for some time after that. I couldn't shake the feeling that they weren't going to give up on me helping them out so easily. But to my surprise, I never heard a thing from any of them ever again. So with that, I was able to completely sever my relationship with Alex and his entire family. Alex was a special case, though. If any of them were going to cause me trouble, it would have been him, so I blocked his number on my phone. Even still, I had trouble sleeping for a while after that because I was worried he would show up at my new house. It took quite a while, but after several monthly payments from Alex, I recovered the full amount of money that he had stolen from me to spend on his mistress. This is secondhand information, but my understanding is that after they sold their house, Alex's family moved into a small apartment downtown. And, well, that's where they all still are right now. The four of them are living together as one big, not-so-happy family. Like I said to Lisa in my final text to her, I do hold out hope that they've managed to learn a thing or two from this. For example, his parents need to learn proper risk management. Lisa needs to learn to be less selfish, less impulsive, and less presumptuous. Alex needs to learn a lot of things. But for the time being, the thing he most desperately needs to learn is to not be a lying, cheating, stealing, dirty, rotten scumbag. And as for me, I'm doing great. I enjoyed living the life of a princess in that mansion I bought for a while, but, living in a big house all by yourself is actually kind of lame. I sold it and downsized to a penthouse apartment. I am currently loving my new single life. I have more time to focus on my work and myself than I have had in years.